Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Venus, the planet of love, the Daitya Guru Shukracharya, the one that controls the luxury, the enjoyment, the, the wealth, the happiness, the ruler of Taurus and Libra, the one that maintains the balance in the Maya. That planet Venus will move in Gemini zodiac sign on 2nd of May. Until 30th of May, Venus will be in the Mercurian zodiac sign of Gemini. When Venus moves in Gemini, it encounters Mars which is in the final degrees of Gemini in Punarvasu Nakshatra. Mars will move out of Gemini on 10th of May, and then Mars will be in the sign of Cancer. And from 10th of May till 30th of May, Venus will be in Gemini while Mars is in the zodiac sign of Cancer, aspecting 5th house from the Venus, because Mars' 4th aspect will fall on the 5th house from Shukra. So we can understand here that Venus has lot to say, lot to offer. Let's discuss that in detail. First, I'm going to explain you all the details about general movement of Venus in Gemini before moving into ascendant wise. So please watch this section before planning to watch your ascendant wise analysis. And please connect with me, subscribe, stay connected, and share the videos among family and friends. Post your comments and your views and suggestions in the comment box below. So subscribe and stay connected, like, and also you can stay connected with me on Instagram. All the links are in the description box below. And for consultations, you can drop me an email. Let's understand what the Venus in Gemini means. Shukra, the planet of luxury, the planet that defines peace, harmony, ecstasy, happiness, the guru that sees everyone, doesn't matter who you are, with the same eye, with the same point of view. The guru who has Sanjeevani Vidya, that Shukra, that representation of that guru is the planet Shukra, will be in the zodiac sign of communication, courage, willpower, decision making, and also the sign of duality, Gemini. Venus is in Taurus, and Venus is actually in a very comfortable position. But in Gemini, Venus is like someone who is enjoying the travel, someone who is enjoying to communicate. Imagine someone is beautiful or something is beautiful, and then when it goes in Gemini, it starts radiating its beauty so that it starts communicating with you. Imagine a sunrise. Sun will rise every day, that's a fact. And if the weather is good, it's a fact. But then as soon as sun rises, imagine the sun rising in the Mount Kailasha, and the golden tip of the Kailasha gives us the feeling of Mahadev. Imagine the bliss that it gives in our heart. That is what the nature communicates. So when Venus goes in Gemini, this is when the nature starts communicating, which means your true nature will also begin to communicate. And it means that if you are pure at heart, if you are good at heart, you will see that naturally you will have this beautiful smile, you will have this positive aura around you. But if you have negativity in your heart, if you are being very arrogant, or if your Mars is very negative, if your Sun is negative, then you will see that this expression will also be full of such negativity. You will have to be very careful. This is also the time when you can actually communicate with your inner self, with your inner soul, and throw that negativity out. So it's a good time to detoxify. It's a good time to heal, considering Mars is in Punarvasu Nakshatra. It's a good time to pull all the negative out and fill yourself with the bliss, the aura of positive energy. If you see the placement of Venus with respect to its two zodiac sign, Taurus and Libra, with respect to Taurus, Venus is 2nd, and with respect to Libra, Venus is 9th. Which means that with its own zodiac sign, Venus is quite well placed. Now, where is the problem? See, the problem lies in one simple fact that Buddha, Mercury, is retrograde. It is with Sun, Jupiter, and Rahu. And Mercury will be retrograde, and then Mercury will become direct and will stay in Aries zodiac sign. The problem with Buddha is that Jupiter, Rahu, and Mercury is a very unique kind of cocktail of energy. And Venus has to drive its energy from this combination. Because when Venus will be in Gemini zodiac sign, the three nakshatras Venus is going to encounter are Mrigshira, Ardra, and Punarvasu. Now with Mrigshira, it is going to encounter Martian energy. This Mars is second from Venus. Now for Venus, second house is important. Imagine you want to buy something. You need to have resource. You need to have money in your account. Correct? And then Venus will go in Ardra nakshatra. Ardra is ruled by Rahu. And then Venus is going to Venus will move in Punarvasu, which is ruled by Jupiter. And then Venus is in Gemini zodiac sign, which is ruled by Buddha. Now those three planets, Buddha, Jupiter, and Rahu, are in the 11th house from Venus, which means they are in the Labhasthana, gains of Shukra. So definitely the resource of Shukra and gains of Shukra is what Shukra is all about during this time. So it's a highly, I will say, financially motivated transit. Any Lakshmi Japa done during this time will be extremely blissful and helpful for the native. If you are having a Daridra Yoga in your chart, if you are having negative energies of finances in your chart, if your second 11th house are bad, this is the time when you can actually make something good during this transit. Gemini is also considered to be the zodiac sign of communication. Now when you're talking about communication, you are also talking about communication industry, media, acting. So people who are involved in social media, influencer marketing, acting, beauty, makeup, someone who is into smile treatment, physiotherapy, wellness industry, people who are involved in beautification of things, textile industry, you can say UI, UX, artistic design, animation, graphics, video editing. All these things will see positive growth. Because when Venus goes in Mercurian zodiac sign of Gemini, it means that it is going to start moving the Lakshmi. Lakshmi means wealth here, not the goddess, but the wealth. It will start moving the wealth. It will start pushing you into the positive direction, which means that you will get motivation to earn. But then you will also have to see that your Mercury should not be afflicted in your chart, because if your Mercury is afflicted, or you are in Ketu Mahadasha or Ketu Antardasha, this can affect you adversely. So take care of that. That is why visiting Mahalakshmi temple, chanting Shri Suktam, chanting mantras of Madevi Mahalakshmi, bringing Shri Yantra at home are going to be some of the ways by which you can manage your finances and make yourself more secure, because this can also bring high level of insecurity. Venus will constantly seek movement and action, and that might need wealth and sources, but lack of that, lack of income, lack of finances may create anxiety issues in your mind. With respect to relationship, this can be a time of twists and turns. This can be a time when you can feel lethargic, you can have doubt in your mind, you can feel negative. Reason? See, the primary reason is that if you see the trine of Venus, the trine of Venus falls with Saturn and Ketu. First of all, till 10th of May, there will be Mars. So Mars, Ketu and Saturn trine will be there, and Venus will be caught in that trine. And then from 10th May till 30th of May, Venus will encounter Ketu and Saturn. 5th will be Ketu and 9th will be Shani. So Venus will not be able to execute its duties the way it wants to. See what is happening around Venus. Second house is having a debilitated Mars. And Mars is important for this Venus because Mars rules the 6th house and 11th house, two Upacha houses for Shukra. And in order to gain something has to be in motion or momentum. So you will see minor hurdles also. It might happen that you are so busy in partying and you are so busy in relaxing that you might miss opportunities. You will be in doubt that you might miss opportunity. You might feel that you need better and you deserve better, and you will miss opportunity. So you will have to be very mindful of that. And this is the time when you will have to be true to your sources, true to your energies, and true to yourself. Otherwise, your true self, you cannot hide anything during this time. Venus is simply going to happily communicate. So a lot of secrets can also be spilled out during this time. And with Ketu being 5th and Saturn being in the 9th, it is a good time to go to Shakti Peeth. Chanting Devi mantra will be extremely helpful. And for relationship, this can be tough because 5th and 9th are having Saturn and Ketu, which means Vairagya. There can be breakups, broken marriages, sudden twists and turns in relationships, extramarital affair being caught. So all that you will have to be mindful, and you have to keep your karma straight. As I say, whatever you are from inside you will be experiencing the same outside. If you keep your internal healthy, if you keep your mind healthy, the outside will also be pretty healthy. Also, because Venus aspects Sagittarius during this time, it's a good time to learn something. It is a good time to have a travel related to learning, maybe higher education. People who wants to enroll in fashion, media, who wants to learn interior designing, who wants any beautification work, any work that is associated with Venus, and that may involve travel. This is a good time. Obviously, rest depends upon your chart, but generally it can be a good time. But then financially, you will have to be very sure that whatever you're spending, you can justify. The only problem with this Shukra is that because Saturn is in 9th from this Venus, you will have to justify. This can break the true quality, that romantic quality of Venus, and will force Shukra to become a guru. So romance can reduce, but practicality will increase. And those who are practical, who are grounded, who are humble, will experience this Venus transit in Gemini in a positive manner. It's a good time to start a new venture, a new business if your horoscope allows. And you will also experience that this is going to be a blissful time, a time when you are meeting with your family, you're meeting with relatives. You can have a good time with your neighbor, close friends. But you might also see a fight over property, a fight in your family. So both will happen because Venus in its position is good, but what is happening around Venus is a little bit concerning with respect to Shukra. That is why praying to Ma Mahalakshmi, chanting Ashtalakshmi mantra, seeking health, wealth, abundance, prosperity, being true to yourself, saying positive things, doing affirmations are some of the ways by which you can manage this Venusian energy. Let's understand for each ascendant what does this Venus transit in Gemini means. Air zodiac sign, Gemini. For Gemini, Venus will transit on your ascendant. Venus will definitely rule your 5th house. Venus rules your 12th house. And when such a planet comes in the 1st house, it means that your expression will become much more creative. Your personality will become more beautiful, more bright. Your aura will become far more positive. This is a transit which will improve relationships. This is a transit which will give you a new way of thinking, but also a transit that can put you into doubt because for you, 2nd house will have a debilitated Mars, which is basically your 6th lord. So you will have to be very careful while you are dealing with matters related to career and finances. Overall, it is a positive transit because 5th lord is in the 1st house. So any mantra jap during this time, any puja done during this time will give you a lot of positive results. Matters related to children, success of children will make you feel proud and will make you feel very happy. Also, your productivity will increase and you will see that you will gain money through positive financial ventures. This is a time when you can actually find a new job, build a new career. Basically, an overall personality improvement is on the cards. For Gemini, this is going to be more towards a positive sign, positive. It will be more of a transit giving you much more positive results, but then you will have to keep your emotions under check, and you must know what you're doing. You must not doubt, you must not out of insecurity take decisions, and you must feel very grounded during this time. Libra. Now, in case of Libra ascendant, you will have to understand that Ketu is in your first house, and Venus will be in the ninth house. So, Venus being the lord of your ascendant going into the ninth house is very good transit. Positive travel, leisure related trips, family time, all that is on the cards. People related to hospitality industry, travel and tourism industry will see positive growth during this time. Maybe a new career opportunity awaits. A ninth house Venus, which is also the lord of the eighth house, represents that you might get the blessings of your father, and you might get the help from your father-in-law if you are in the distress situation. Also, it shows that anything that was blocked will now start moving in a positive direction. So this is really positive transit, but you can be a block in your own path. Reason? Ketu being in the first house. Because Ketu is in the first house, and because Venus is in the ninth house, by listening to different information and if you don't believe in yourself, blame a debilitated Mars, you can actually stop yourself from taking positive decisions in your life. And because world is based on karma, if you will not do any positive karma, then how will you get positive results? So be proactive in your be proactive, don't procrastinate, and take positive decisions. Timing really matters here, so be very careful with that. Don't waste time. Next in the line for air ascendants is the Aquarius ascendant. Now, in case of Aquarius ascendant, Saturn is in the first house and Venus will be in the fifth house. This actually gives relief in tensions in matters related to marriage and relationships. Venus being in the fifth house will be very good for actors, for people who are dubbing artists, who want to express themselves, who wants to earn because of their talent. So talent recognition will happen, doesn't matter in what field of work you are. Even if you are not employed, or if you are too old, or if you don't have a career, still if you can explore your talent by fulfilling your childhood wishes. Maybe you have everybody has a talent. Maybe you like to paint, maybe you like to write. Do that, because once you start doing it, you will see positive results. Venus in the fifth house also gives new opportunities and source of income. You will feel far more comfortable with the wealth coming your way. So pray to Ma Mahalakshmi so that the blessings of Ma is with us. For Aquarius, Venus plays a very vital role because Venus rules fourth house and Venus rules ninth house. Now, when fourth lord is in the fifth house and when a ninth lord is in the fifth house, this is definitely a beautiful Rajyog, because Venus becomes Bhavad Bhavam from the ninth house. So Venus will start fulfilling the results of ninth house. You will get the favor from mentors, guide, teacher, father, and you will get proper guidance, and there will be a hand holding. So you can say Ma Bhagavati's Kripa is on you. Utilize this time to solve some serious major issues in your life. This is a golden opportunity. Make the best use of it. Fire zodiacs. For Aries, Venus will move in the third house. Therefore, your talent to express, your talent to act, your talent of creativity will boom during this time. And if you are associated with any such profession, creative profession, you will see great boost. Your destiny will change. More opportunities are on the way, and this is also going to give you a recognition. A third house Venus definitely talks about using creative ways to solve a problem, a more feminine way, not hard hitting, competitive way, but sometimes creating workarounds. This Venus can not only solve your problem but problem of society, nation, and people around you. So you will see you can take big projects, big initiatives during this time. Just the problem is that the retrograde Mercury and then the Mercury Rahu conjunction will be on your ascendant. That means your mind will be full of doubt. You will doubt your own abilities. So proper guidance is needed. Proper hand holding is needed. So if you are in doubt, consult a person of relative field, person who can guide you in the right direction, and maybe it will help you to assess your strength and your weakness. Yes, blindly following anything is not recommended, but then you can plan something and go ahead. Matters related to real estate should be avoided during this time. People in textile, people in interior designing, people who want to do any other kind of design work will be benefited by this Venus transit in the sign of Gemini. Also, it may include some travel, leisure travel. Maybe you are a travel vlogger, maybe you are a food vlogger. All that will see a positive upward trend. Or if you want to pursue your career in these things, this is the time when you can think about it, provided your horoscope allows for that. For Aries, it is a very positive transit. It will bring more better communication. It will bring better communication in marriage. It will bring new business partner, new business venture. And because second lord is in Bhavad Bhavam, it is going to bring in positive wealth. Leo. In case of Leo, Venus will be in the 11th house. This is a time to gain. This is the time of gains. This is the time when your efforts actually fructifies and you get all the positive things in life. This is the time when hard work that you have done will give you positive results. So expect this Venus transit to give you proper blessings. Expect this Venus to pave the right way in your life and make things far more easier. New career opportunity, new income possibilities will open up. Business will also improve. Bring a Vyapar Vriddhi Yantra in your business center. This is a particular yantra that will help you to improve the business and improve the aura of your workplace. This is the time if you can do some charity, that will be great. Because when Venus gives you something, remember Venus gets exalted in 12th house of Kalpurush. So when Venus gives you something, a portion of it must be shared. So that is the theme of this Venus transit. This Venus transit will aspect the 5th house. So couples who are trying to have a child, who are trying for child birth, will see something positive going on in there, and something blissful will happen in their life. Overall, for Leo ascendant, this is going to be a very positive transit. Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, Venus rules 6th and 11th house, two very important house, one of Prarabdha and one of Labha. This Venus goes in the 7th house. Gain from business, gain from marriage is on the card. You can see that the issues in marriage will become far more resolved. It will become simpler. You will be able to address it in a much better way. And because this Venus aspects your 1st house, you will be more happy in your life. The circumstance will be more pleasant. So maybe you are enjoying, you're having a good time. Mars is also in Punarvasu. So this is the time of rejuvenation and rehabilitation for you. Utilize this time to sort issues. This is a good thing because Jupiter is with Rahu. So these energies can help counter anything negative coming from Jupiter and Rahu. So for Sagittarius, this is going to be a transit where if you are married, you can take help in marriage. You can start something with your spouse. Your marital problems will be resolved. In business, it will be a good partnership. From source of income, it is going to be 9th from the 11th house. So it is going to give you a lot of positive results from monetary side also. So for Sagittarius, it is going to be a wish fulfilling transit. It is going to be a transit which will balance your life because Venus in 7th house is very positive. But you will have to make sure that you're not wasting this time only on enjoyment, but you're also doing something meaningful. Water zodiacs. Cancer ascendant. Now in case you have a Cancer ascendant, then Venus will move in your 12th house. Now Venus rules your 11th house and Venus rules your 4th house. Now Venus is very important. It's a Rajyoga planet for you. It's a planet that defines the happiness, the income, the assets. And if that planet goes in the 12th house, it means there will be some traveling related expenses. That expense can go overboard. There may be expenses related to real estate. You might end up buying a property, asset, car, luxury, maybe watches, shoes. So if you are into luxury industry, if you are into such kind of export and import, you will see good boost. But it might also increase your expense. So you have to be very watchful of all those expenses. It's not a bad transit for you. It is a positive transit, but then you will have to ensure that you are not overspending. You are not, doing anything in excess, because sometimes Venus in 12th house can make you do things in excess, and you feel very happy spending. You will feel very happy not being where you are. You would want to go to different places. All is good if it is under control, but otherwise it's a good transit. Scorpio. Now for Scorpio, Venus will transit in the sign of Gemini, and for you it will be your 8th house. And 8th house Venus can be slightly difficult. It can create insecurities. It can create issues with respect to health. So you will have to be very careful. You will have to be watchful of how you are utilizing public's money, if that is where you are associated. If you are into insurance, if you are into real estate, if you are into business related to any business related to Venus, you will have to be watchful of your actions, because 8th house Venus can create secret desires, can create secret reservations, and that can actually hurt you in the long run. It can plant a seed of thought that will try to shift the way you think, shift the way you take actions to a very different domain, to a different dimension. This can also be one of the major reasons for extramarital affairs. Just give an example, not that you will have it, but just for an example. But here Venus also creates a Viparit Rajyog, because your 12th lord comes in the 8th house. So which means that there will be investments which will appear as an expense, but ultimately it is for your security. So you can financially secure your life, your family's life, by long-term planning when Venus is in the 8th house. You will have to be very careful how you deal with relationships and how you are dealing with marriage, especially. Sudden changes in life, sudden events, sudden expense, sudden travel, sudden emotional outburst. This random, uncontrolled event can trouble your mind. Although Mars is in a positive position, because for you Mars will be in Cancer zodiac sign after 10th of May, and Kark Rashi will be in the 9th house. So Lagna Lord in the 9th house, even if it is debilitated, will actually somehow support the overall function of Mars. So you don't need to worry a lot. But people who are involved in speculative business, who are involved in like crypto, NFTs, you will have to be very, very careful, because there can be losses that can be faced during this time. Financially, you will have to be very grounded. Pisces. For Pisces, Venus is going to be in the Kendra Bhava, in the 4th house. Pisces is the zodiac sign where Venus becomes exalt. And if you see, for Pisces, Venus is not Yoga Karaka. Surprisingly, for Pisces, Venus rules 8th and 3rd house. And when 8th and 3rd lord goes in the 4th house, it is going to transform the way you feel happy. This will be the time when you will take matters in your own hand and you will try to build a comfort zone for yourself. This will be a time when you will see that you will follow your talent, you will follow your passion, and change your life accordingly. So change is inevitable. A change created by you is inevitable during this time, especially because your Lagna Lord is also with Rahu in the 2nd house. So sale of assets, buying new assets, people involved in real estate, renovation, people who are involved in packaging industry, export and import, chemicals, fertilizers, uh, medicinal herbs, medicines, enzymes or bioenzymes, or any such uh, you know lines of business will see good positive growth. And overall, if I see in a very generic sense, if I have to predict, because eighth lord is in the fourth house, wherever eighth lord goes will bring transformations along, and this is a transformation that you will force upon yourself. So you have to ensure that if you are forcing something upon yourself, do it for the right cause and right purpose. So awareness is very important during this time. Bringing Shri Yantra at home, making your bed very comfortable, uh, giving high importance to your sleep and sleep schedule are some of the ways by which you can be happy and retain the health. But overall, if I say, it is a positive transit. Earth zodiacs. Taurus. Now, in case of Taurus, your ascendant is ruled by Venus. When your ascendant is ruled by Venus, you will have to see that this ascendant lord goes in the second house. It's a very auspicious transit. It's a transit where you meet your resource. You will get everything that you need. A family will be supportive. You will also see that you will have a positive time with your family members. You will also be able to manage your finances, and this is the time that if you are craving for something from a very long time, you might actually get that. So it can be a wish fulfilling transit. But this transit also carries the energies of the sixth house, because sixth house is Libra, and sixth lord comes in the second house. That means you will also have to fulfill your duties and responsibilities towards your family members. So this doesn't mean reckless expansion. This means responsible expansion, and which is a good thing for Taurus ascendant and even moon sign. Considering many planets are in the 12th house, and there is Jupiter and Rahu conjunction going on in the 12th, this comes as a blessing. But because Mars will be debilitated in your third house, Mars, which is the Karaka of the third bhava, Tritiya bhava, third house, if it is debilitated, it might create some skeptical mindset. You might doubt your own actions, you might fear, but then if you are grounded, if you are practical, and in spite of all the odds, if you focus only on the path of dharma, the righteousness, and keep doing what is right, you will be able to achieve much more than you can anticipate. It is a good month for you, and it is also a month where job will come your way, security will come your way. You will see things will slowly turn out to be in your favor, and stabilization will come in your life. So it is a good thing for you. Virgo. Well, for Virgo, Venus will be in the 10th house. This is a career moving transit. You will feel much more happy in your workplace. You will see that the environment, the ambience of your career will become far more positive. And Venus has the tendency to put an ointment on the pain. So this Venus transit will actually heal your wounds. So you have to let go of any negative emotion, any negative expression. Maybe there is a grudge, just let it go, because that is what Venus in 10th house for you will mean. After all, for you, Venus rules your 9th house and your second house, so it goes in the 10th house. It is very much positive for you. You can start a business with your family member. Your family's money can help you establish your career. Advice given by family members, gurus and guides will help you steer in your career. So if you are doubtful, if you are in a problem, discuss, share the burden with family, and take their opinion. Even if you feel that they are not in a position to guide you, still you don't know, पता नहीं किस रूप में नारायण मिल जाएंगे. That means you don't know in which form God will come to your rescue. So just allow the nature, the universe to take its natural course. But otherwise, this is a good time for people, especially if you want to start a business or a career in Venus related businesses. or in Venus related industry. Overall, it is a very positive time. It is a time when luck will favor you, but by no means you should focus on speculative gains. Small gains are possible, but you can't make a livelihood out of that. And if you are a person who is making a livelihood out of speculative gains, and you are a Virgo ascendant or moon sign, then you will have to be slightly careful, because Gemini is no joke for any planet. Because right in the heart of Gemini is Ardra Nakshatra. That means once Venus goes in this zodiac sign and it traverses this zodiac, it has to face both the energies of Mrigashira and Ardra. That means dynamic energy. So you'll also see dynamic changes happening in your career, and there will be people, you will make new friends, and suddenly there will be an aura change. People will start liking you, and somebody will also hate you. So be ready for that office politics. But still, if you don a smile, if you are very happy, if you are cheerful in your office, if you are not isolated, then definitely this will create a good impression. Capricorn. For Capricorn, this transit is quite unique because this transit will be in the sixth house. Now, Venus doesn't fare well in the sixth house, even in the transits. Uh, but surprisingly, it is a very unique thing in your case, because Venus rules your fifth house and Venus rules your 10th house. So it is a Rajyog Karaka. So it going in the sixth house is actually a bad thing for you. But still, you can expect Jupiter to balance things out. Mercury is there in the fourth house. So if you follow your dream and if you follow your heart, and if you have this mindset of seva, if you have this mindset to give and serve, you will be able to achieve much more than you can imagine. There will be problems, there will be relationship issues, minor things, minor problems, hiccups, a little bit of uncomfortable atmosphere will be there, but you can easily manage it. You can easily you can easily steer across if you have a strong mindset. But yes, if you're a Capricorn ascendant or moon sign, and if you have an afflicted moon in your chart, then you might have to chant Mahalakshmi mantra and Mahashiva mantra, or you can simply read Rudrashtakam or any other Shiva mantra to balance your mind. And if that is all difficult for you, simply chant Hanuman Chalisa at least 3 times a day. That will give you more confidence. But definitely, this is not the time to start a war. This is not a time to file a divorce. This is not a time to create a problem in your life. So do not start anything that you think is controversial, that can create a problem. Maybe wait until Venus enters your 7th house.